Hey guys, this is Matthias with Toast with another install video. This is going to be focused on the inner panel install kit, which is an advanced installation, how to install these panels on the inside, which requires removing the side panels off of your PS5. So let's get to it. So this inner wrap kit wraps the inside of the side panels, and we know a lot of people want to do that because you have this white plastic exposed, so it's really nice to cover that in wood, but it is a challenging installation. So this is kind of an advanced installation. You're going to need to remove the side panels off of your PS5 to install these covers. The panels are meant to be removed for servicing and cleaning dust out of the ports, that kind of stuff. To remove the panels off the PS5, you're going to want to lay it down on its side, and we're going to start with the side with the Toast logo on it. Orient the PS5 so that the bottom is facing towards you, and what you're going to do is you're going to just lift gently on the lowest corner, which is the top left corner, while pressing the panel towards the bottom of the PS5, and then press back towards the bottom and it will pop off. So there's a catch where you're lifting, it allows it to slide and pop off. So now that we're ready to install our trim panels, what we're going to do, of course, is start by cleaning them. I'm going to grab an alcohol wipe and just make sure those edges are nice and clean, because we're going to want a good bond to the plastic. So just give those corners and the back a good wipe and then dry them off with your rag. To align our trim cover panels, we actually have to do a little bit of marking. So on the Toast cover itself, there are tiny alignment points that we lasered into the wood. You don't see them normally, but if you look up close, you'll see these tick marks. And what you're going to want to do is take your sharp pencil and you're going to transfer that tick mark onto the plastic. You're just going to draw a line from the tick mark onto the white plastic, and that gives us a seam between two of the trim panels. There's 4 of these all around, so just go around, and right in the middle of each edge is going to be these tick marks, and you're going to transfer that onto the plastic. Next, we need to kind of highlight the transition from the texture to the smooth on the back of the panels. If you look closely, you want some good lighting, and what we'll do is we're just going to scribe a line along that transition point, because we need that for our trim panels. Get into the corners. A little carpenter's trick is to just align your finger and run it parallel to the edge to draw a parallel line along that edge. So now we've got our halfway points and our scribed lines. So we're just going to gather the 4 pieces we need for this panel. These ones are all numbered. The other panel, they're all lettered. So we're going to grab all the numbered panels. There's 4 of them. We're going to grab the first one, which has a number 1 on one end and a number 2 on the other end. And it has PS5 inscribed right in the corner. So that's going to go right by the PS5 logo on the back of the panel. We're going to start with number 1, lining up with the scribe marks that we just put on the panel, and the back side is going to be where that texture line is. So we'll peel off the backing paper, and starting with the number 1, we're going to line that up with our scribed mark. The back side is going to be where that texture line is. We need it to overhang so we can wrap it onto the front of the panel. So once that's nicely aligned, we're just going to roll over those edges and the corner onto the edge of the panel. Once that first trim piece is on, now we're ready to apply the next one. With the numbered pieces, we're just going to butt up number 2 and number 2 and just aligning it up with the texture marks that we put on there. Now, number 3 is kind of tricky because we can't go right to the edge of the texture. We're making sure that the score line where the wood is folding is lined up perfectly with where the curvature of the panel starts. Flip it over and take a look at the backside. Make sure that the overhang is nice and consistent all the way around. If it's not consistent, then it's either going to not cover it completely or it's going to go past the edge. And you can peel off the piece if you need to and reset it. Now the next part, we're just going to line up number 3s. line up the panel to our pencil marks. Make sure that lines up nicely. Flip it over, check the overhang, and then roll the wood over the edge in the corner. And then we have our last panel, number 4. Just line it up really nicely. And then match to the original number 1. Check it and then roll the ends. Now we will install the panel back onto the PS5. You're gonna put it down and it's gonna sort of nest, you know, so go in, feel it kind of nest in there, and then just press it forward and it pops on. So now we'll flip the PS5 over to get the other panel off. Again, we're gonna orient the bottom towards you. Again, we're gonna lift at the lowest corner, flex it up, and push back. So there we go, we've got the panel off, and now we're gonna transfer all those scribe lines again. It only has those 2 marks, here and here. So along the 2 edges, we've got lines to transfer, and then we're gonna scribe along that texture change line. Now the first trim pieces align to the inner edge of the plastic. So grab A, B panel, and then we're going to align it to our scribe marks and that inner surface of the plastic. Test it, peel, and then apply it. Align to our scribe line along that texture change. Just laying it down, and you can always pull it back up if you didn't set nicely, and then nicely along that inner edge of the plastic. Flip it over, check it, and then roll the ends on. Next is B. Test, peel, and apply. Check that it's nice and even, and roll the ends. Give them a good press, that will help set that adhesive. Now we're on to letter C. And finally D, the 4th piece. Just line it up nicely where the other one left off, and make sure it ends nicely back at A. Check and then roll, and the score lines are going to allow that wood to roll and conform to the shape of the panel. So that concludes installing the trim pieces, and you can see how the trim panels cover the edges of the PS5 and the inner surface of them. Okay, so now we're going to install the panel back on the PS5. Just make sure you have it oriented right where the Blu-ray drive matches up with the Blu-ray slot on the panel. And you're going to set the panel on and then just kind of wiggle it around a little bit until you can feel it kind of nest in there. And then you're just going to push the panel towards the top, and it'll pop right into place. So that's toasting your PS5 with the advanced trim kit, where we wrap the inside of those side panels with wood. As you can see, we fully wrapped the PS5 in wood, including the stand, the bottom, the side panels, inner trim panels, and center section of the PS5. We have all kinds of options. This is our Liptus wood. We've got 6 different woods to choose from. You can mix and match to get whatever aesthetic you want, and these are fully customizable. You can get your artwork, your gaming avatar engraved in the wood, all that kind of stuff. So that's wrapping your PS5. If you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe and like, and we'll see you in the next video.